She has my heart. Guys, this is what half of a 1,000 pound steer netted us. What was it roughly? We got how many?
We got 73 pounds of ground beef.
And we had the ground beef done in the vacuum pack.
And that was the first time for that. We thought maybe it would stack a little better than having the tubes. And so we paid just a few cents more per pound for that. We'll see if it works out for us. We had a steer. Sometimes people will do a cow. Basically, 1,000 pound. This half right here is 307 pounds.
Hanging weight.
Hanging weight.
Yeah, that was hanging weight.
Hanging weight? Okay. Yeah, that's right. It does say.
Yeah, one half was 307, the other half was 302.
Okay, so we showed how right here we have ground beef, 73 packs, with all the different roasts, round roast, eye of round, chuck roast, arm roast, bottom round roast.
Sirloin tip roast.
So we got roughly about 50 pounds of roast, possibly, 50, 51 pounds of roast. The steaks, we have steaks up here, beef ribeye steaks over here. We've got fillets.
Check out this hunk of meat.
Oh my.
It's a beef eye of round roast. This roast is 3.49 pounds.
This is a New York strip right here, New York strip, and it's 1.26 pounds. We actually got we got 5 of these that is just under 6 pounds total.
And if you don't know, the New York strip is 1/2 of a T-bone. We didn't get any T-bones.
Right there, that is a beef sirloin steak. That's 2.8 pounds. And sirloin steak, we got 11.72 pounds, and we got 6 packages. We got the brisket. Did we find the brisket here?
Yeah, it's over there.
And we had it cut in half, right?
Yeah, I had it split.
We had the
point
brisket.
and the flat. That's the point right there,
That's the point.
I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the flat.
That looks like a flat to me. And it's kind of freezing over.
Yeah.
So there's that. And so on the brisket, we got 2 at 8.3 pounds. So we got almost 17 pounds, 16.6 pounds of brisket on this half. So everything is, there really was no way without everything sliding off to actually stack everything. But I think you can get the idea. Of course, sirloin's here, top round roast. I've got the fillets, they're down here somewhere. Oh, here's the fillets. Filet mignon, my favorite.
The fillet is the other half of a T-bone.
2.2 pounds, and we got 4 of them. So I'll show you my sheet right here. And this is showing us what this side of our steer what gave us. We took home 217 pounds of meat, 217 out of 307 hanging weight.
Yep.
And they said that is a 70.67% yield, which is compared to hanging compared to take home.
Yeah.
And they said that's very good.
Usually it's 60-40.
Oh, okay. And we got 70, so it was 70-30.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and we do have the other half of this steer. We're just showing you what.
We didn't have room for both of them.
We're just showing you what a half of beef looks like. This is based on basically, let's try this again. My fat fell off the table. The fat, we did get the fat. We've got several packages of fat. I believe it was, how many pounds total? I can look.
Well, this package right here is 3.49, so 3.5 pounds of fat.
This is
right
3.64. And we would like to try our hand at rendering down tallow. We do like to cook with tallow. And so we had them save the fat for us. We got the kidney, the tongue, the heart, the liver, things like that for Rhodey, because I want to cook those down for dog food. Now, this is great because you can get these extra cuts that you may not want to eat yourself, and process them for dog food.
Beef heart.
Should you want, that's a big old, I didn't realize the beef heart, that's huge. And that would be the, wow. I was gonna say, I was trying to decide, did they cut it in half? But I doubt they did. That's just it's one organ, just like the liver, so.
Michelle's favorite.
Nope, no,
Lingua.
no, it will be Rhodey's. Rhodey can have that.
But we have friends that really like the tongue. My grandmother used to, she said this was the best cut of meat, was the tongue. I'll pass.
Okay, so that's why we wanted to do this display of half a beef, because it is so hard to visualize.
That's the liver.
That's the liver. If you have never bought beef in bulk before, it can be a little overwhelming or confusing because you really don't know what to expect, what you're getting possibly. We've been buying a whole cow, whole beef, or even a half for years and years. This year, I think y'all, if you've seen some of our other videos, when we were raising brisket and burger, we bought them when they were smaller, and we fed them out for a little over a year. But now this is going to last Monty and I a few years because we've got double this. We have the other half of this cow, steer in the freezer. So that's where we pay more. You're going to pay more up front. It'll be a little bit of a hit, but you're going to get more for your money.
But another point on the ground beef, this ground beef right here, all of this came from this half of this steer. When you buy it at the grocery store through one of the commercial processing places, there's no telling how many cows that could be in your ground beef because they dump it all together. They don't separate it out. They don't keep track of it. So we know where this ground beef came from, and we don't have to worry about it being mixed with some other steer or cow. And then the other half that's out there, all the ground beef that's on that one came from that half of that steer. There's nothing, all this meat is all off of one half of the steer that we took in.
Right. And so what I was also going to show is, like, say, this is a bottom round roast, and it's hard for you to see. This one is 2.25 pounds. Now, when you process your own meat, well, meaning when you have your beef processed, I don't think any of us really want to go out and do it in the field. I mean, people do, and power to them. That is an amazing skill. But when you have a processor processing your meat, you actually tell them what you want in the way of, do you want 1 pound packages of hamburger meat, 2 pound packages? I'm sure you could get 3 or 4 pound packages if you wanted. Since it's just Monty and I, we get 1 pound packages. We have one, let's say, medium-sized chest freezer, and we have one large stand-up freezer. They are basically full of this cow. So
yeah,
If
Got
you
half
get a
in, got half in one and half in the other.
Yeah. So if you have a good size freezer, medium to large, and you process or purchase half of a beef, you're going to fill that thing up. If you are somebody who is wondering how do you even go about finding a half a steer or a quarter steer, a lot of times I would say check with a processor near you where you live. I know 160. They actually have packages. They'll have like $100 packages, and it's got steaks or roasts in it. I get little specials from them all the time just because I'm on their mailing list. Check with a processor. It's quite possible that they have farmers. They have people who they work with who bring in their steers and everything, and they may not have a buyer for a half or a quarter or maybe even a whole. I don't know. But check with them and see what they have available. See what who they might know. There's probably a pretty good chance, you've got some quality meat that you would get. It's always going to be more quality when you're buying local as opposed to the commercial side of it. And when you balance out, I don't know if we touched on this, let's say right now I could go to the nearest grocery store and I could buy some hamburger meat for $4 a pound. Well, maybe we paid $6 or $7 having our whole cow processed. The ground beef might be a little higher. Yeah, we know where it came from. We know what it was fed its whole life. We know what antibiotics or vaccines or anything that was or wasn't used.
Yeah.
We know that meat is solely that animal.
It's not going to get recalled for E. coli.
Nope. And so after that, you can't buy. And so let's say all of our meat came out at $6.50 a pound, because we got X number of pounds, and it divided out between the cost of raising it, purchasing it, and processing it. Let's say it finished out at $6.50 a pound. You cannot go buy steaks or roasts or briskets, filet mignon. You can't buy that stuff for $6 a pound, $6.50 a pound, $7 a pound, $8 a pound. Steaks and everything are up near $20 a pound these days.
Yeah.
So the cuts will they're going to balance out. Yeah, your hamburger, maybe you could get commercial ground beef cheaper than maybe what it, averaged out.
Yeah, you can go to the box store and you can get 5-pound logs.
Yeah,
I'm going to say cheap, but it's...
Yeah. Well, and that's for today, 2025. That's the prices that would be for right now. But you've got to look at the whole picture on these steaks and roasts.
Let me rub some of this off.
Briskets and...
This is ground beef. You take a look at that color, and now you go to the big box store and look at what they've got in their 5-pound tubs. It don't look like that. And the stuff that's in the little plastic trays, more than likely it's had stuff added to it to make it nice and pink.
We hope not, but we know that goes on in the industry a lot. So it is definitely, I would say, worth your consideration if you're kind of on the fence and you're interested in that, but you're just really not sure.
Check find a processor.
Yep. But also, some people just word of mouth, Facebook. You would be amazed that just reaching out and to people and say, hey, does anybody know of somebody needing to sell half a beef or a quarter or whatever you are wanting? It is usually in a quarter or a half, but reach out and you might be surprised what you find. And once you start filling your freezer from a local processor, a local butcher,
you won't go back.
No, the quality is so much better, and just knowing that you have that food security, that you've got that meat regardless of what the prices and the markets are doing and everything. And so that is very much worth it.
Yeah, and just because we raised this one up doesn't mean you have to. You can find
Right.
You can find people that'll do that for you. It's going to
It's the
cost.
first time we've done it, so.
It's going to cost you a little extra, but still, knowing where it comes from is a big peace of mind. To me, it is anyway.
And knowing if there was or wasn't antibiotics and hormones, growth hormones, just any kind of, treatments, we understand wormers and things like that, but just what did that cow have injected into it throughout its lifetime?
Yeah.
Is there anything else we can think of to tell them because we are going to have to go get this back in our freezer because it is frosting up and it wants to go back in there. But we just really wanted to show you guys what to expect if you have never purchased a half a cow before or whatever amount of a cow, a quarter, a full. But this right here, so let's see. You wanna take this and let's see if we can get a good shot of all of this beef. Let's see if I can get this turned around here. This is my dining room table with the leaf in it. It is just, we had to leave the bags under it. Yeah, so this is just a normal regular dining room table with a 2-foot leaf in it, and this is a lot of beef. This is a lot of beef. So
Yeah, you can actually, if you want to see this whole process, you can back up in our videos.
I can link it down here at the end too. We'll put it up here. One of these
Did
two.
you have videos of when we got the steers?
We have some little clips on the processing video. There are some clips. You can also go back into our video library and you'll see where we got the steers when we brought them to the property. But yeah,
Bringing them up, feeding them
Yep.
in the evening.
that's all in the
Their nose
in the
licking
videos. And those are in the shorts. I will, I think it'll be over here. One of the two corners, I'll link the video of where they actually went to the processor and you can actually see the processing. Now this is not the putting down of an animal or anything.
No.
This is after the 2 weeks or 3 weeks of it hanging in the cold room. And this is them packaging it up, cutting and packaging it. So it's very interesting if you have never seen it before.
It's not gross.
No.
Or I don't think it is, but
No, it was very interesting because I had never seen it before. So anyway, thank you guys for checking this out and seeing what we got and following this whole journey of us getting the steers and raising them out for a while, getting them processed, and then what they gave us in return. Thank you guys so much for joining us. If you have liked this video, we would invite you to sub and
give us a thumbs up.
thumbs up, share it, and
Subscribe.
subscribe. And we will catch you on the next one.
If you subscribe, we can keep bringing you these exciting videos.
Yep, we'll keep showing you guys what we're doing. Who knows?
Okay.
You never know. Thank you guys so much. Like this. This.
She has my heart.
It's just a thumbnail. So give me some Vanna White. Give me a Vanna White. Yeah, down. No, the arm down, not the face, not the head. Clean up.